What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what you should be looking out for, as we do have some major updates coming out from Ukraine and Biden and Russia and the Fed that could definitely affect the market and Tesla going forward. I'm also going to answer the question, is Tesla about to crash? What are my opinions and what is the technical analysis showing? I'm going to also talk about the latest pieces of news affecting Tesla, as we have some major updates to discuss, before I end this video by talking about tweets from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Elon Musk, as he has some major updates for us that could definitely affect Tesla. Now, before I say anything about Elon Musk's tweets, before I talk about what's going on with the news, what's going on with Ukraine and Tesla's share price, I do have to mention some very important things first. The first thing is, I'm not a financial planner, as you guys know, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the opportunity to win up to $200,000, as Moomoo's giving away 200 grand to some lucky winner if you follow the link down below. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So Tesla was down about 4.14% for the day. We're a little bit up in the after hours, but overall we're still kind of, falling. And even though we felt like this, guys, I'm not necessarily scared. I'm still very calm. I know that Tesla's eventually going to recover in the future, but the question is, what's going to happen for the short term? So let's talk about what happened today. So we were at 827. We ran up to the upper Bollinger. We went as high as 856, excuse me. Then we dropped down to 800, right? The $800 level of support held up. We bounced off that and closed in the $821 range. Once again, down 4.14%. Now, Tesla was not the only thing that was down. AMC was down almost 8%. Neo was down, guys. I mean, Roblox was down too. I mean, we saw so much red throughout the entire market. We saw crypto take a big hit too before kind of recovering a little bit. But the entire market, the NASDAQ, I mean, we're just seeing so much red. Both the Nasdaq and the S&P were down over 1% for today, so they're both taking massive hits. Now, currently the market is at 35 in terms of the fear and greed index. I personally think it's a little bit lower than that. It should be maybe in the 20s. And remember, guys, the closer it is to zero, the more fearful the market is on this chart. And that just shows, guys, there's a lot of fear right now. There's lots of uncertainty about how things are going to play out, as we are seeing political tensions really rise. Now, it's not just the tensions themselves, it's the opportunity cost, the effects they're going to have in our market that are really affecting the stock market. So right now, guys, the BBC News has reported that Russia orders troops into rebel-held regions of Ukraine, and that is true. Actually, we are seeing troops really coming in. However, a full-on attack has not started as of right now, and I do want to talk about what this means. So Russia still has about 150,000 troops on the sidelines that appear to be ready to really invade, but they haven't done that yet. But right now, it's looking very tense, and it appears that the President Vladimir Putin has ordered troops to now really start to occupy these areas, seeing more and more Russian military activity in Ukraine. As a result of that, President Joe Biden, the president of the US, has announced sanctions on Russia. Once again, that's going to be his response to really counteract what they're doing. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to remember there's going to be an opportunity cost to this. As a result, it's been reported right over here, the Federal Reserve's interest rate decisions can now change because of this. Now, I'm not trying to cause FUD or fear or anything like that with you guys. I just want to put it out there, guys, that the Fed is going to be a little bit more hawkish because of this, in my opinion. The reason I say that is because of the fact that the US is not fully energy independent. We do depend on Russia for that. We also depend on Russia for many semiconductor parts. For instance, we also depend on computer chips. Like, we do depend on them at least to some degree. And on top of that, guys, it's very important to note that the US does have important trade with them. So energy prices may start to rise. Our overall inflationary data, such as the CPI, may go up about 2% in addition to where it is right now because of this, as many economists have been estimating. So there are going to be substantial effects because of this. It's going to maybe hurt the US economy, at least to some degree. So as a result, many institutions are now they're kind of like relocating their money in different places. I do see, oil stocks potentially having a good run, but I'm just putting it out there, guys, that look, how is this going to affect Tesla now? Institutional money may be kind of moving around in different places. We may see interest rates rise to a little bit higher of an extent than before. The Fed may end up a little bit more hawkish. This doesn't mean the market's going to crash. However, it means we could drop. we could drop a little bit more, but it doesn't mean we're going to crash, in my opinion. And the reason for that is very simple, guys. There are many reasons, but the main thing, in my opinion, is the fact that, look, let's just be real with you. I don't like to get political, but I have to be honest with you. This is going to be an election year. The midterm elections are coming, so the Fed is going to try to not crash the market, in my opinion, because we know what's going to happen if that were to happen. Additionally, guys, remember 2024 is not too far away. So what I anticipate, guys, is we're going to find a bottom and bounce off of that. That's what I think is going to happen. I'm not saying we're going to just explode after we find the bottom. I'm saying I don't see this as a crash. That's the way I'm going to reassure you guys. I think what's going to happen is we're going to keep dropping. I don't think we found our bottom quite yet. It's very probable that the $800 level of support is not going to hold up. So we could go to the $790 to $780 range. I want to prepare you guys for that. However, if you believe in Tesla, if you're willing to hold despite all the things that are going on, I believe that you don't have to worry because this is a very good buying opportunity, in my opinion. Tesla could only go down so much, and the rate at which it goes down could really, really cause people to realize that the market is oversold, leading to a buying frenzy too. The buying frenzy could kind of counteract this downward pressure, but it's not going to cause us to just explode overnight, right? That's not how the market works. The down may lead us to find a bottom sooner than see some good price action to slowly step our way up and recover. So let's just look at some technical indicators real quick. Actually, let me do that real quick before I move on. Let's look at the RSI, the DMI, and the MACD real quick. So the important thing that you need to be looking out for is if you look at the RSI, it's currently dropping down to 36.95. That's an indicator that it's very oversold right now. Now, looking at the DMI, or the directional movement indicator, you're seeing that the positive and negative line are separated pretty far. Now, the MACD, it was pretty far in the red. We've been dropping pretty hard. We saw it flip a little bit back and forth, but it still is looking a little bit more on the red side. So, like I said before, downside is still more probable. It does not look like we found a bottom quite yet. We could go to the high 700s, in my opinion, and that's just based off these indicators. Now, if some other crazy piece of news comes out, if somehow the market doesn't necessarily take a big hit and it ends up retracing, it is possible for us to start rebounding from here, and 800 could be the bottom. It's just that based off technical indicators, I don't see that as the bottom. I think we could keep dropping a little bit more before we really start to see a spring-like reversal and start to see some sideways action before we slowly start to recover. So this drop is dependent on Russia and Ukraine and the news. It's not just based off technicals. So technicals are not going to be entirely perfect, but they are indicating that we do have some more downside momentum, which I think is basically true. So like I said, guys, for the short term, we could be going to the 780s. For the long term, I see us easily recovering, guys. We do have a gap fill once again in the 900s. We're easily going to fill that again. It's just that gaps don't have to be filled within a few weeks. They could take months. So I just want to prepare you guys. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to recover. It may take a few weeks. It may start by next week. It may take a month. But at the end of the day, guys, I know one thing for sure, and that is eventually we are going to recover. We're going to break all-time highs again, and Tesla is not a dead cat in the water based off all the DD I've been doing on this channel to show you guys that they are killing it. They're going to have a new factory coming out soon. They're going to crush it, and you should not be worried. Now, let's talk about the news real quick, okay? There is something very important that's happening. Now, basically, AT&T has basically shut down the 3G network, and as a result of that, that can affect some Teslas. So it states right over here, as AT&T is shutting it down, there are a lot of Teslas that can be affected based off whether they receive updates or not. So how do you know if your Tesla Model S is affected? Tesla encourages owners to check if their vehicles are affected. Your vehicle will be affected by AT&T's 3G network shutdown if it is a Tesla Model S vehicle built before June of 2015 and it has not been upgraded to LTE. It's called capable modem, and basically, this is something very important Tesla owners need to be looking out for. There was a lot of FUD spreading about this. It's nothing too serious because there were many articles saying that it's going to just hurt their business, this and that. And guys, don't fall for the FUD, okay? There's going to be some issues affecting roadside assistance if they don't get the latest updates. And that is true. There are going to be other infotainment features that are not going to be added. They're going to miss out on some updates if they don't necessarily get the updates. And this is going to affect some cars, but there is a fix. I think it's somewhere in here. I read it. The fix to this problem is you just have to upgrade to the LTE. You have to do an LTE upgrade, and that's going to really help out with these issues. So it's nothing too scary, guys. Nothing too concerning. Owners can just schedule an appointment by going to the Tesla mobile app to fix the issue. And as you guys know, the media is going to basically exaggerate about this. So, like I said, guys, nothing too concerning in my opinion. Now, I also want to talk about this right here. Tesla has some plans to move in for a diner slash dine-in theater supercharger station in Hollywood. That's going to be very cool in my opinion because this could be some kind of futuristic plan to really help people not just gain more revenue for Tesla, but give them a better experience if they are going to be charging. Once again, incentivizing more people to get Tesla. So I think it's really cool, guys. It's a very cool idea. Elon Musk was tweeting about it. And I just want to talk about that in a little bit more detail. So let's talk about this real quick. Basically, this is what the person tweeted about. They have futuristic like theaters coming out. They're really cool in my opinion. And Elon Musk responded. I think he did tweet about this. He said, and futuristic diner slash dine-in theater planned for Hollywood area. And of course, you could pay in Doge. Once again, really cool. People like that. But let's just get on with some more really important things. And this is this right here. Tesla's Silicon Valley Club stated that Tesla is always improving their cars and they don't keep production going if there are new improvements that they want to install. This is what separates them from the rest. And Elon Musk responded, sometimes there can be 20 small changes in a single week. How do you keep up with production? Elon Musk stated that small changes usually affect production for less than an hour as they're applied to a few stations during breaks. Big changes may impact output for a day or two. Reversing out big changes or unexpected parts shortages are what impact them for several days. So my point is, guys, that they're constantly trying to improve their production, and despite all of these new updates that are coming, they're going to improve their means. They're going to become more efficient while simultaneously, guys, maintaining their ability to keep up with the demand. That's what makes this company so different. And this is why I'm still very bullish for its future, guys. It is not the end for this company. It's going to come back. It's going to kill it. And do not let all the FUD out there scare you into selling or giving up. If you do want to sell, you can do whatever you want. I'm obviously not giving financial advice, but if you are solely selling because you're afraid because of the mainstream media, you really need to rethink what you're doing because the media tends to exaggerate and lie. Now, additionally, it's about this right here. We have Tesla Rati stating that Tesla CEO Elon Musk's lawyer alleges that the SEC leaked info from the federal investigation. Now, I don't truly know all the details about that as a lot of things are still disclosed, but Elon Musk actually retweeted, he actually replied to this. He stated that this is just peeling back the first layer of the corruption onion. Stay tuned. Once again, guys, something very big should be coming. I think this is going to be very interesting, very exciting. I can't wait to see what's uncovered, but I do want to look at both sides. I could understand why the SEC does put some pressure on Elon Musk. I'm not necessarily, for what they're doing. I just don't agree with them, but I can kind of see where they're coming from as he is a man that can affect share prices. But at the same time, guys, he has freedom of speech. He can say whatever he wants. And I'm so in favor of that, right? The majority of people are in favor of that. So it really goes both ways. I am more in favor of what Elon Musk is arguing, but you just got to look at it from two sides. And we really want to see what is uncovered in this, big lawsuit. Now, anyways, to end the video, I just want to reassure you, yeah, Tesla is now dropping below this lower band. It's looking a little bit more bearish. The market does not look like it found a bottom yet. And I could be wrong about that, but based off technical indicators, it does not look like that as we're trading below every one of the EMAs. So I anticipate once we see a crossover between, I would say, the 13 and 48 EMA, that's when we should see a bit of a reversal starting, or that could be an indicator that we're ready to start running up. We're not seeing that yet, guys. It looks like they're very far apart, and we could continue to drop to the 700s like I told you. But don't be scared. Remember, guys, it's an election year. I highly doubt that the entire market is just going to collapse and crash after this. I think we're going to actually recover maybe in a week or two, maybe 3 weeks from now. We're going to slowly recover and it's going to be fine. So don't worry. And for the long term, we're going to definitely recover and break all-time highs again. That's what I believe for this company. And I'm not giving financial advice, by the way, but I'm just putting the info out there. I want to thank you all for listening. I have not lost faith in this company. I'm still very bullish. I can't wait for what the future holds. I thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.